Hey guys, what's going on? This is Namkraft and welcome to the final set in the fight between Snow and Mini as part of winner set of ASL S20 round of 16. It's gonna be Group C. Some nice, unsurprisingly good qualities of PvP so far, and let's hope for more. I've never seen a PvP that got a 3-star for me in a long time. Of course, it rarely happens, and it usually needs to involve base trading, and that was exactly what we needed to see in that first set. The second set, of course, Mini being Mini, and the third set, let's see if Snow is gonna be really Snow, the Jon Snow King in the North kind of Snow, you know, not the Snowman kind of Snow. Anyways, the third map is going to be Radeon, and very obviously bland, basic map here. 4-player map, both players spawning in the right side of the map. Mini is going to be at the bottom right in blue, and Snow is going to be at the top right in red. Speaking about, maps and visions and whatnot, I actually have something to say about the Soki creep thingy that you guys have been talking about in the last 2 weeks. So, I was the one who made that video analyzing Soki's creep thing. So, if you look at this red box and this blue box, you can see that they are moving around, right? This is the field vision of the players, and it shows what they are seeing on the screen right now. Now, you know that in Starcraft Broodwar, you can hotkey some units, and if you click the hotkey once, you will select the unit, but your vision won't go there. If you click the hotkey twice, you will go there. And one of the things about this mechanics is that if you click the hotkey just once, your field of vision doesn't change, and this box also doesn't change. So if you actually go back and rewatch my video on Soki, the video is titled "Did Soki See the Creep?", you will see that the vision, the box for Soki changed for a second when he actually selected an overlord. That means he double-clicked the overlord. He did not single-click it using his hotkey. He double-clicked with the hotkey. So he saw the vision of the overlord. So the problem is not with not seeing the right area of the map. The problem is that in that moment where Soki was looking at that particular area with the overlord's vision, he did not see the creep. Now we have to trust his word that he did not see the creep, because, you know, from the observer's point of view, the game commentator's point of view, they saw the creep, but he said he didn't see the creep in his vision. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe he actually watched the replay. He also said that he watched the replay and it was not in the replay, so I don't even know what that means. I mean, if you are in the replay, you only turn on your vision. Do you see it or not? I don't know. At some point, this will get, hopefully someone will release that replay. It will be very fun to see it. But that will possibly never happen. Anyways. Okay, so what are we seeing now? About the same build from both of these players. What about scouting timing? Zealot first from Mini. Looks like Snow also has his Zealot first. I think this is here, right? The Zealot. He's going to back up. Mini will scout with his probe a little bit earlier. He might not be able to get in though because Dragoons are out. So both players have about the same timing of Dragoons. And he's going to get pushed back. The time of the Dragoon is going to indicate slightly that Zealot was opening first. Yeah, so I think with reasonable doubts, beyond a reasonable doubt, I think that both players know that it's Zealot first. And once again, let's see if Snow will actually engage. And Mini has tried to engage forward. The probe arrives as a Zealot there. He's going to have to attack. He takes 1 or 2 more hits compared to Snow's Dragoons. He is going to back up. And he needs to hide on the high ground. And this is going to open up a way for Snow to expand early here. The Zealot is taking way too many hits. The Dragoons is trying to buy time. And behind this, does Snow take the balls to go for an expansion? He is not expanding. Both players are waiting patiently for the next move here. It is going to be Robo first. No, it's going to be expansion from Snow. So Snow is going to do exactly what Mini does in the first game here. But now both the players will expand at about the same time. At about the same time, both the players are very ballsy. But who will actually have, you know, the liquid inside the balls? It's not just about having balls. It's about having sperms that will actually, you know, win stuff, right? Anyways, what's happening here? The only true probes on gas, very usual for Snow to do that when he wants to expand and he wants to save up enough money for an expansion. And the game will go on, that's right. So maybe it's going to be the moment for me to start to thank some of my fans. There's going to be robotics coming down. I think that was for Snow, was it? No, Snow is going to be triple gateway. Mini is going to be going for robo. So I guess Snow is going to be slightly army heavy. Of course, this is Nexus first, so he will not hit the timing for that early attack. And he might actually end up having the shorter end of the stick after all. But anyways, it's going to be time for me to start to thank some of my fans whose support I could not have lived without. Let me just quickly show you their names. Mr. Thomas, I will leave you for the last moment. Thank you very much. And the first person I'd like to thank is going to be in order of appearance, possibly Mr. Alexander Wang. Thank you very much for your support. Ultralist Boy, Mr. Chen, you're leaving so many comments on my channel. I love it. I love it. If you have ever missed one of your comments, please send me. By the way, if you bought me coffee but you are saying something on my channel and I don't reply, please say that you are who, because I don't know who is who. I know I received the money from somebody, but I don't know that is coming from this YouTube channel. So you probably want to say, hey, I'm Alexander. Well, I guess don't say Alexander because I know who's Alexander on this YouTube thing. If you're someone else, it's fine. Thank you, Mr. John from Sweden. Mr. Ibrahimovic, right? From Sweden, that's where you're from. Mr. JW. Thank you, Mr. McDonald, very much for your support. Thank you, Mr. Nolasco. Thank you, Mr. Peter. This is the latest, but of course also oldest member of the clan. Thank you, Mr. Sea Goblin. Thank you, Mr. Spider-Mind. And most and first and foremost is Mr. Thomas. Thank you very much for your support in the last 30 days. This is going to be a nice attack. One Dragoon from the left side is taking way too much damage. Looks like both the players has lost one Dragoon yet. Two Dragoons are going to be falling from Mini, but he clears two more Dragoons, and Snow is getting overwhelmed, but he's going to be able to get one more Dragoon. A weak Dragoon on the right side is going to get targeted upon. 3 on 3. It's going to be 2 on 3. There's going to be additional Dragoons coming from Mini. Mini's going to try to snipe, and he's going to have a Zelle up to support it. 1 on 2. But 1 plus 2 and 3 plus 2 is going to be 5 at the last bit. Who will win as romantics here? That was not my favorite subject when I was in high school. My favorite subject was what exactly? Physics. I was a good physics student. I was not a good... math was a good also thing, but physics was my favorite thing. Anyways, looks like Mini's going to have to hold with the battery here, of course. Triple, the gateway is showing the power now. Snow comes forward with 5 Dragoon. Bye-bye, Mini. See you in the game against whoever Snow or maybe Sharp here. The probes are trying very, very hard to attack, and that's going to be actually blocking the Zelle. There's a Reaver. So this game will not end yet. The battery completes. The probes need to save themselves from destruction. And also, the probes need to go back to mining. The Reaver's not taking any shots at all. It's going to be a nice Reaver shot, but blocked by the goddamn ramp here. Very unfortunate, but now the game has been held. What is behind this for Snow? He's opening Robos first. I spoke too soon. I thought this game was over, but I didn't realize there was Robotics and Reaver on the high ground. So now Snow is going to have to come up with more Reavers, but Snow is ahead by about 5 supply. Nice results so far. What is this? I think this is Observers, right? Yeah, I think Observer opening first from both of these players. No, but it's going to be me who's got a bit of a faster Observer because he opened Robos. But now with that battery, it will stay with me for a long, long time. In StarCraft, Broodwar, there are some technologies that you invest in hope of getting some returns. And even if you're not able to win the game outright, the fact that technology stay with you for life sometimes have very devastating consequences on the other guy. Shuttle with speed with one is one. These kind of batteries another, or maybe cannons in the front against Zerg. 3-hatch Hydra Bus is another one. So. When you're investing in these kind of technologies, even though you don't win the game outright, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. For example, if you're going to be going Templar Archive early against Terran, and that stays with you, and you can actually transition into Hunters a bit earlier, and maybe go to Stargate and Arbiters as well. So those kind of things actually need to be accounted for. But anyways, this is PvP. What do I know? Snow 76 supply Mini 72. There's gonna be a shuttle with double Reavers. Mini very soon is gonna push. And Snow will have, oh my god, losing 1 second. Losing 1 precious second from Mini. And now Snow has got 1 Reaver, right? He's got 1 Reaver against 2 Reavers. Observer easy to spot. Where are Snow's observers? I think this is a probe. This is not an observer. There's a pylon. Where's the observer? We don't see any observers at all. And the engagement is going to happen right on this bridge. The shuttle is going to come out here. I think 1 shuttle is enough to hold this bridge. We need to retreat beyond the bridge here. He's trying to surround. Oh my god, Mini's going to surround. He's going to try to attack. He takes 1 bad hit. The shuttle takes 2 bad hits. 3 hits. He's going to land 1 Reaver here. And looks like the shuttle's going to get sniped. The shuttle's going to get sniped. Looks like the shuttle dies. What is that? Control from Snow. Insane control from Snow. And now, unusual the defeat from him. And that Reaver's going to survive. Pick up the Reaver. He loses 1 Reaver. He's going to lose the Reaver. The shuttle is going to get saved. 1 last shot. No. 1 last shot. No. But he's going to pull back. And that was a bad engagement from both of these players. But the game is so close. 10 supply differential between Snow and Mini. Mini has been pushed back hard. And now maybe Snow will expand. Will he expand? I don't know, he's gonna assess the situation. He will know that he has won a small victory. Both the players lost their Shadows and Reavers. But did Snow lose 1 Reaver, 2 Reavers? I think things were happening so fast. I didn't know how many Reavers was actually in Snow Shadows. Mini definitely had 2 Reavers. I guess I have to pay attention more, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not a good caster by any means. I'm just a hobbyist. I'm just an enthusiastic amateur, guys. So I apologize. You know, one of these guys was saying to me that, oh my god, I don't like you because you talk so much. You have no knowledge about StarCraft. You forget that I'm doing this for fun. Hello, I'm not getting paid. Well, I guess you are paying me technically, but it's kind of voluntary. This is, I mean, did you know that when you're watching football or, I don't know, basketball, you have to actually pay. You have to actually pay for cable TV. Here you are watching these videos, these casts from people who are, giving that just amateurish time for you, and you're complaining about not having the best insight. Anyways, insane shot, but looks like surround from Snow. The Reaver takes some great shot now. He's going to try to go for the maximum damage. Nice attack once again. Reaver will take one final shot. This is a money shot, killing 3 Dragoons. Another money shot. He's not able to pick up the Reaver, and looks like Snow will win this game for sure. He keeps both shadows and it's going to be 1 shadow and 2 Reavers. And Mini's gonna have a chance to fight in the final set, but he's gonna have the Barry to support. Can the Barry support correctly? The Shadow is almost getting sniped. The Dragoon's gonna try to go for another shot, but looks like what amazing rotation of Reavers from Snow. The Shadow will die, but with that, and the Battery will be buying some time. He will take one final shot. One final shot against the Reaver. He sniped it, but still 1 Reaver and 5 Dragoons. GG for Mini. Look at his face. I will allow you 5 seconds to climax with me over these guys' faces. Snow's faces first. Where's Mini's face? I want to see it. Show me Mini's face. No, that is not really exclamatic, but that's all. See you for watching. See you. Bye-bye.